Hi, she's Trixie and I'm Sarah, and this is Our Yarn World, a place where we come to share the love of yarn crafts and what it gives us and what we hope it gives you. We are coming on episode 55,
yes.
And we're super excited about today. Stay tuned to the end of the video to learn how you can participate in a giveaway, because we are really excited about talking about it today. We've been really amping ourselves up for this one because it's just been kind of on our hearts and our minds, and we're really just excited to actually now present it to you guys.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we hope that you enjoy this video and like what we have to share. There's so much to be able to share today. It's just so much fun.
Yes. So, the first thing is I finished the Ophelia Talks Zigzag blanket. I did all 3 tutorials, finished it up totally. Well, the third one I kind of just went around 4 times with the colors that are in this and a half double crochet around the edge. She did it on the third round. She did hers different, but I just wanted to do half double crochet. But so, and we don't have to show too much of it because
Just show half.
it is
the pattern
no,
this way.
It is a zigzag pattern in the same colors all the way down. So, and here's she showed how to make the
How to make it a complete straight edge on
Yes.
the last beginning and last rows.
and actually if we flip it, I can show you. Oh shoot, I guess we had it the right way the first time. How did I do this? You have it. Okay, on the dark purple I had to put corner ones in too. So and she shows you how to do that. She shows you how to do the zigzag in the granny cluster. She shows you how to make it straight with the colors and in the corners, and then she shows you how to do the border. And I just thought it was really, really neat. It worked out so well. It did take me a lot, you know, because you're working with just one yarn at a time and doing it in double crochet for the clusters and everything. You do get used to it, but I'm so used to using 2 yarns at a time and doing half double crochet that sometimes I was pulling through all of the things and it was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be doing double crochet, not half. And so I'd have to go back and, you know, do that second part of the stitch. Mm-hmm. But the colors turned out real nice. I know that the person I'm giving it to is going to absolutely adore this. I wrote her a card to go along with it, so that she knows it's not a bed blanket. It's just something to put on you when you're in a chair or laying on a couch and want to take a little bit of a nap. It's a personal blanket. It's not a bed blanket. So I just wanted her to know that, and that, you know, I was thinking about her, and that, you know, no matter what she's going through, God's got it. And, you know, he's got her back, and nothing can go wrong when God's on your side. Mm-hmm. So that is what I finally finished the other night, yesterday, and I started one of my signature blankets soon after because I was excited to use my 10mm hook again, because I've used the 5 for a couple of weeks now. And on that one, I'm not going to show it right now, but I will tell you that I'm using a homespun yarn that I got from the thrift store. I had 5 of those skeins, all in random different colors, but it's going to work because it's the same thing. And I'm pairing it with a white just to be able to see the stitches, because homespun is very hard to see the stitches once you've got them in. And so
Yeah.
even when you're winding the yarn into balls, it's like all of a sudden it just is one big mesh ball. It's like, wow, how do you even find the yarn on this? Luckily you have the end of it in your hand, because otherwise you wouldn't find it. Mm-hmm. But with that white, I'm able to see the stitches, and I think that's going to turn out really well too. I really like the look of it. But normally I wouldn't buy the homespun, except it came, I did pick it out this time because I thought, you know, I'm doing it with another yarn, and I'm trying new things this year. That's my whole goal, is to try new things. The baby yarns done together, the homespun yarn done with another yarn, the new blanket patterns. I'm trying new things, and so I do have another blanket that I want to try after this one is done, and I'm excited about that one too. It's another Ophelia Talks tutorial blanket, but it's a gingham, and I thought that would be fun too. But that's moving back to the 5mm hook again, and I just wanted to use my 10 before I did that again. So, what do you have to show? I'm excited.
So, just as an update from last week, obviously I have one of the tires done for the monster truck plushie. At this point, obviously his birthday has passed, yes, for any of those of you that have been keeping attention. But
he's 3 and I'll never know.
Well, not only that, I want to make sure that I'm not stressing myself out on something I want to enjoy to give him.
Yes.
And so I finally got a second tire done, so I could potentially get the axle made for this one set, but I think it's going to be easier to do those later, just because that way it's easier to just keep stacking them until I'm completely half
just like a regular tire set. Just keep stacking them until you got them all.
Yep, so I have 2 completed now. So that's where I'm at there. And then last week I kept mentioning that I've been wanting to show off one of the octopuses I had made, the emotional octopuses I made. But last week I showed you where I was at with the pink one. Well, now it's completed. So,
and that link is in the description area.
So with this one, this is the first one I made. And so again, the purpose of this particular emotional octopus is that it's supposed to be angry and confused, and it's for a very specific person. So it meets their needs, but it's angry on one side, and then I overstuffed this one. So what's kind of funny is that it's going to take effort for them to actually have to flip between the emotions.
Well, that's probably a good thing, though.
Right, so angry, and then and you flip it inside out, it's now confused.
Oh.
Angry, confused. So that's the emotions on this reversible octopus plushie. The one I made for my daughter, that I was actually, I was doing the eye work on it last week while we were
putting the faces on.
Yeah, while we were filming.
Yeah.
I just did these faces at random, but this one obviously looks cheeky. It thinks it's sassy. That's a darker pink, and then when you flip it inside out, it's happy. Happy. Sassy. Back to happy.
Isn't that cute?
And I definitely made sure that the stuffing on this one was not as full, and that has definitely worked out better, and I will know that going forward.
Yes.
If I make more of these, that the stuffing is about well with this one. So I think that I won't correct it on this one, just because I think that the irony that it's supposed to be switching between very big, hard emotions serves the purpose for the person that's going to be using this one.
Plus, the little girl that's getting this is 5, and she's
6 now.
Well, 6. She'll have the hand capacity to probably work this, where Olivia's only 3, and she's gonna need that little extra, not so stuffed octopus.
So that's where these are at. But I would like to present to you what we are now getting ready to share
For the giveaway.
So this is as much as I have to share with you guys as to what I'm doing this week. There are other projects I'm getting ready to do, but they are either things that you have seen, like me working on more of the mitered corner or mitered quarter blanket or other things I've already shared with you. But we have been thinking about doing these giveaways of the canvas bags that we always talk about for project bags that we're very, sorry, my nose is a little runny, that my mom had introduced me, thank you, a while back. She had gotten these bags from Hobby Lobby at random, like just at random, thought that they were a nice size. And then when we were doing projects and I needed a project bag, she just had one and she threw it at me being like, hey, would this work? And it ended up being so nice because a lot of projects either cinch at the top or project bags either cinch at the top or have some sort of drawstring. But this one was a complete volume bag that allowed you to still close it and you knew nothing was going to fall out of it. Yeah. And we decided that what we were going to do is we were going to buy a couple for this purpose to be able to do some giveaways at random.
Yeah. So we bought 4. So as the year goes on, we'll be able to give these out.
Give these out when we feel like it.
Yeah.
When we have the things that we really want to have in them. Yeah. And so she bought the bag.
Yep. And I'm leaving a tag on. It shows you that it was from Hobby Lobby and it was $1.69.
Uh-huh. So 69? Yep. Okay. I thought it said 67 when it passed my line of vision.
So you get the bag and we'll put things in it that Sarah, well, I don't know if they'll be in the bag. Yes. They'll be in the box.
They'll be in the bag.
Okay. But Sarah made some very fun stuff to add to it.
So what we plan to do to put into this little giveaway pouch, not only is this bag that we hope benefits any user or any follower of ours that might enjoy the same work we do.
Yes.
I wanted to make practical things to put in the bag. Crafts that by design are built to be practical.
Yes.
And all these designs, this giveaway, were all done in crochet.
Yes.
So I will start with, this is a little pouch. I put tassels on it for the heck of it. I thought it would be cute and it would be easy to grab and pull out. But as you can see, it's collapsible. So it's a full pouch pocket that kind of looks like those old traditional coin purses that you can, my goodness, open up, be able to slide something in there, and then it'll collapse on itself and be its own holder. I used to make these for my headphones.
Yeah.
And I can even show you as an example. These headphones are Bluetooth, so I always tend to have them on my neck because I can just, my neck circumference works. But the idea is that if you have any sort of headset or even something, you can stuff it inside the pocket, and that way you know where it is and it's safe and it's not going to be like
getting damaged.
The ear rubber pieces aren't going to fall off or whatever, and it's quite convenient. Another suggestion I have for these is that you can put darning needles in here or like buttons, or even I was thinking
stitch markers, thimbles can go in here. Stitch markers can go in here, and that way you can just store them and then be able to kind of open it up and be able to just grab something out of there. I made it with just single crochets, so I'm hoping that it will be sturdy enough and things with a sharp edge that could pierce through the material won't just fall out. Well, that's the design. That's the whole design. And if you were in a pinch and you just wanted to grab your bag and go, you could add a couple, fold up some money and put it in there.
Yeah, it can be used as a coin purse or a slight little wallet or whatever. Yeah. So that's the first thing we plan to put into here, and I hope it serves the purpose that it was made for.
Yeah.
And then I saw this idea of making, so my apologies for the camera. This is a lip balm holder that can be attached by this claw hook to a key ring.
Yeah.
So you can add this to your key ring and always have chapstick on you.
Or if you're like me, you just
Even add it to a zipper.
add it to your zipper pull and you've got it with you.
Yep. So I made this with doily thread, traditional doily weight thread, and I used a 3.5 millimeter hook on it and a
Itty bitty little steel one.
okay, I genuinely don't know what size this is. It's a doily.
It is tiny.
It's a tiny hook. But it's there to make this. I just saw it and I just made it. I can't really tell you how, I probably could make a pattern for it if it's really that necessary. I just went out with a little, at the bottom with a magic ring, and I just multiplied until it fit the circumference of, just a little bit over the circumference of the chapstick that we were going to be giving out, which was a Burt's Bees. Just natural beeswax lip balm with vitamin E and peppermint.
Yes.
And I just then went up from there and I just made some little columns by just doing half double crochets, intermittent with rounds of just the regular single crochets.
It's really pretty.
And then I just made a little hook, a loop to be able to sew the clasp on, and this is brand new, as you can see. It has not been opened, and I just been putting the cap side down because it doesn't grab as much as this rotator side to put in. But if you do get this side, the rotator side to go in, hypothetically, you can just just shimmy this down, open it up, put it on, put it back on, and shimmy it back up like that again. So
convenient.
But it should hold. I can't imagine this thing's really gonna get knocked out unless it's intentional or by a real accident. It's pretty snug in there. So again, I hope that this comes as a benefit, as a practical idea for any sort of crafter that wants to kind of make practical things for their day-to-day lives.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And the fun.
I can't be a part of this channel and not make impractical gifts as well. There's just a drive in me that needs to be to make impractical things. I legitimately sent my mom, and I don't know how many people are gonna lose respect for me for this, but I sent my mom amigurumi designs for a toilet.
I laugh so hard. Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, someone needs this for their desk.
And a kitty couch.
It's like, who doesn't need that?
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head around someone not wanting that in their lives.
Just fun. But this is so great how she did this.
But, again, as always, I am always on Pinterest looking up the randomest, most impractical things that you can make with yarn. Things that are not practical at all, like a blanket, pillow, chapstick holder, or a random coin purse or a miscellaneous pouch.
And the day that she found this, she happened to be at my house.
And
she said, Mom, do you have the yarn for this? And I did. So I came out with it and she started making it that very second.
whoever wins this has to answer the question.
What is your favorite popcorn? Hey guys, this is fun.
So
You get your own stuffy.
it's a stuffy that is supposed to be a traditional red and white popcorn container with
Buttered.
buttered and non-buttered popcorn. You know, we have to have options here. So I have obviously sewn these pieces into place so that they do not fall, but the main part of this is squishy. So I did just sew these pieces on, and you might see a thread, but it's a container of popcorn. Someone out there needs this. One of you needs this.
Yes.
I don't know who. But if you answer our question, which is the question of the giveaway, what is your favorite popcorn?
Yes.
And if you like and subscribe, we will throw anybody who does that into a hat.
Yeah.
Like we did last time. And we will draw out who the
winner is.
Who the winner is and what their favorite flavor of popcorn is.
Yeah.
And they can have this.
I like buttered, I like regular, and I like caramel. So I have all different kind of likes. But there is many, many, many more.
I was introduced to ranch popcorn.
Oh, and I know cheese popcorn is good too.
Cheese popcorns, any sort of cheese, cheddar, white cheddar, like any sort of cheese popcorn is pretty good. I've even saw at stores that you can get like Red Hot in a powdered form, so it's a dusting, and you can dust it like ranch. It's a duster. It's like dehydrated ranch that you can sprinkle on a seasoning. And so I don't know. I think that traditional popcorn is good as well. So
this is so fun. And it's going to fit right in the bag. It fits right in the bag.
And we might add some extra things in there as well.
Yeah,
but
just some fun stuff.
But obviously, a nice little simple project bag with some practical and impractical things that can be made. We're asking that if anyone who wants to participate in this giveaway would again like, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and answer.
Do it by next week, because by next Wednesday, which I don't know what the date. Because we're going to give it out next Friday.
Okay, so we normally film on Wednesdays. You guys normally see our videos on Friday. So what we're asking is that when you see our video on Friday, if you're able to answer within from Friday to next Wednesday at about noon.
Yeah.
About noon. That would give us enough time to add your name into a container that we will draw from.
Yes.
And then afterward, as we did last time, we'll organize and see what everyone's answers are, just because
what's the majority, who likes what?
Because there is candied popcorn too.
Yeah, fun stuff. Just name whatever your favorite.
I think there's cotton candy popcorn too. Like just
popcorn is just name that, like this video, subscribe, and you will be entered into win this prize.
Mm-hmm. And remember, to anybody who might not win our giveaway this time, we will be doing 3 more in the future where I make practical and one impractical gift, and that impractical gift will be the source of inspiration for our question for the giveaway.
Yeah.
And that you guys would just be able to enjoy our goofy humor. Our
randomness.
We think this is such a, like, I don't know why, but my mom had asked the question, what should the question be to be able to navigate what the giveaway is? And I just looked at the popcorn. It was already made. We already knew it was going to be part of it, but I told her we should ask what people's favorite popcorn is, and we died.
Yeah, we were just laughing so hard.
We were laughing so hard, and we weren't even together, but it's just like, you can feel it. You can feel that cosmic energy of just like, yes, this was the moment.
Yeah. Well, we're to the part where we're going to say our weekly scripture verse.
Yep.
And today it is, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. This was not planned. That was not planned. You can tell by the looks on our faces that we're just doing this at random.
Oh my God. Oh, good Lord.
So, Psalm, I can't even see it now.
You have eyes, right?
I know, 37 verse 4. Yeah, my eyes were welled up with tears because that was just funny. Mm-hmm. Delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. This is a wonderful verse for anybody. And I have a scripture card here. And I don't think I'm going to even be able, okay.
It's in this bag.
And this is going in the bag as well. But we just wanted to read it off to you and to give you a chance to know that it's going in the bag. But we love this verse. If you delight yourself in the Lord, he delights himself in you. And he wants to give good gifts to his children, and as well as we want to give good gifts to our children and to our friends and to our subscribers. And we think it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of the giving world and to give you our content and ways of doing things, clever ideas, a blanket that somebody else on YouTube has presented and I've made, and I'm letting you know where to find it. Links for whatever we can find to, reversible octopus or a monster truck. We love to give, but we only love to give because he loves to give. Mm-hmm. He gave first, and now we know how to do it.
Mm-hmm. I remember a story, and I know this is probably going to be at someone's slight expense, but I don't actually know who actually was involved in this story, so I say that with this discussion. There was a person that I heard about who was so convinced that she was going to marry this preacher that she had this major crush on because she believed that that's what this verse was saying.
Oh.
That because her desire was to marry said person.
Oh, gosh.
That her delight in God would give her what she wanted.
Oh, my gosh.
And because that had been spoken over her, that was her verse, and therefore she could apply it in that way. Made for a very awkward conversation. And since then I've had to kind of put it in my brain. What does the verse mean then? How do we apply it without mistranslating said verse? And there's this aspect to when we trust God and we delight in what he gives us to do, to be a part of. I think about how, I would have never known what my children would have been like, but now that I know it, I am so happy to have them in my lives. Not that I didn't, not that it isn't joyous in and of itself, but just more of I delight in the fact that no matter how things start, in the end, there is a good that comes out of anything that is in God's plan.
Yes.
And there's something about following through with the plan of God and knowing how that works in parallel with us having free will. Because it is such a debatable question with theologians of how do you have a sovereignty in God that he has all capable power, but yet gives us free will and yet influences so much, but it's an action of his love versus our showing him love through obedience.
Right. And
in that relationship, him wanting to meet the needs that he put in place.
Right.
And that's where it is. God knows that he has given us things that we desire more than anything else. And if we follow his plan, then the things that he placed in us will have a place in our lives.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've noticed. So if you think about someone who has a deep passion in something, but yet their lives are such a struggle, and so they never end up getting the dream that they wanted because
Right.
they were searching for the dream and it didn't work out because it wasn't, everyone's just like, I'm sorry that this wasn't a part of God's plan for you. And I can't necessarily say it's not, because if it was something that was put in you, God's not going to just punish you for things that you were built to have and be a part of you.
Right.
It's about, were you jumping the gun? Did you accidentally create an Ishmael in your life that caused a domino effect instead of waiting for the Isaac that was meant to happen?
Right.
There's ways
Right.
that miracles are supposed to take place, and if we try to shotgun a miracle, or you know what I mean?
Right.
And so when we take delight in what God has for us, he will be able to give us the things that he has placed in us.
Well,
to
and he
walk.
also, it says, delight yourself in the Lord. That is the first stipulation.
Mm-hmm.
If you give your joy to him, he's going to bring his joy back on you.
Yeah, because it's the whole, was that woman wrong to want to have a relationship? No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a God-given thing that we would want to have relationships with people. In some ways, that is a actual concept that we were created for a relationship with him. So there's this aspect to relationship is completely biblical. You want to have good relationships or even possibly a marriage. There's nothing wrong with that. It's assuming that you know who that is and almost projecting it on somebody,
Right.
instead of letting God show you how and where and who and when all this will take place.
Right.
Because if we have desires, not all of them are bad. It's just how are we going to have them met by God?
Right.
And that starts with us giving them over to him first.
Yeah.
And delighting in whatever he has planned.
Yes.
And getting us ready for said.
Right. And with that, we're so delighted to be able to help each other with this prize, and
It's been fantastic.
and we're so excited that this week has finally come, that we can announce it, and that next week we're going to be able to pick a name and
we're so excited.
give one of you guys this prize. We're just so happy that we can do that, and it is our delight to do it. So
I just realized we should probably put like a microwave thing of popcorn to actually put in the bag to be able to offer them. I have
Okay.
some.
Well,
I didn't even think about
we may
that.
be adding more. So
Well, if we spoil you. Because it's just, I'm always eating. I sometimes feel bad because I know I'm not right up to the speaker. I'm lisping now. I know I'm not right up to the speaker, but I'm never intending to try to gross anybody out by eating while we're filming. This always tends to be a part of the day that I normally am trying to eat in between.
well, and yeah, it's finally a time that she's able to sit down.
Yeah. My eldest is in school, my youngest is napping, and this is like the first time generally in the day I'm able to actually start enjoying sustenance. So I hope it never bothers you, but yeah, no, we could add things during the week, obviously.
So there may be little surprises in there that we have not announced.
Yeah.
So just realize that it's going to be a nice giveaway.
Every single time we do these giveaways, it's gonna be a work in progress the whole entire time. They'll
Yep.
all be even. In
Right up to the point where we're putting it in the box and sending it out to you. We're probably going to be thinking of more things. So
recognize that we'll make them as
even as possible.
and fair as possible. But yeah, no, we're just super excited. So We love you guys, and we hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and that you're excited about this week and think about your answers.
Yeah, and give it in the comments so that we can mark you down as one of those participants.
So we love you. We hope that you guys have a blessed rest of your week. And as always, we hope that you sit your way
to mental health.